I quite like to have a fun conversation with my friends, just to be surprised, like, oh, you did that. Oh, that's cool. Instead of like knowing everything they're doing, not having a
Exactly, man.
conversation anymore.
Exactly. Oh, man. I mean, I do have Instagram. I still do, but yeah, I go there maybe, I don't know. I didn't even check it today, to be honest, for example. But like at some point, I also felt that, like, that I was not talking to my friends, like hearing them, actually calling them, because I just saw everything they were doing on Instagram, on their stories. So like there was no really surprise, like you're saying. Like I had today, for example, I had a call with a friend lives in Belgium, and that he also not so into that he's not so into his Instagram as well. And I've
Mm.
not been publishing anything on Instagram. So we've been talking. We talked a lot because he had no idea what I was doing, and I felt like shit, man. This is so nice, and we lost that a lot. Me at least, like with my friends especially,
Yeah.
because I would just see whatever they were doing, and it's crazy. You don't have that thing like to keep in touch. There's no need to keep in touch because you can already see everything.
And like this thing of like act of surprise is super nice. Like you would feel maybe more like living, I think. I can give you an example. Like I remember I went to Naples, like the south of Italy, maybe I think like two years ago, something like that, 2.5 years ago maybe. And I went there with my ex, and I remember that she got some kind of recommendation to see this metro station because supposedly there was this cool metro station, and she already checked online what it looked like. So when we arrived there, I mean, we still passed it because we had to go kind of that direction anyways. When we arrived there, we already had this expectation, and we were kind of like, eh, it's not that special because we already seen it. We already know what's gonna happen. That the same, like, not the same day, but the same time that we were there, we went through like multiple metro stations, and there was another really cool one, which was actually not as cool as that one. But because we didn't know, we were so surprised by it. We're like, wow, fuck, that's such a cool metro station, We were just like so amazed by it. And that gives you such a different feeling to have no expectations and to be surprised. That's such a good feeling. Internet is a great tool, like it can give you many things, but it takes away a lot of those spontaneous things and the act of surprise, I think. Especially also with traveling, a lot of people have a list of where they want to go to. Whereas if you go somewhere and you don't know anything, you'll always be surprised. It will always be good, and you will not feel like you miss out because you've been where you've been.
Yep, exactly, man. I felt that a lot during my Erasmus because I would do that. And then at some point I realized I have to stop doing that because I'm just ruining my own experience.
Mm.
Like because also I mean I think it came from the fact that it was the first time that I was traveling by myself in traveling period. That I wanted to make sure that I would just see everything I could and do everything I could, and not leave anything out. So I had that pressure in myself, like, okay, I've seen this, what's next? I've seen that, what's next? I've seen that, and just go through all those places in 3 or 4 days that I would stay in the city. And it was just that, like, whenever I would come back, I was just all I had was the photos of the places. Like, it was still nice, it was still like a good experience, but I just feel like if I hadn't done that, if I hadn't prepared so much all
Mm.
the places I was going to and what I was going to see, it would just have been more rich because I feel that way now. And I feel like shit, if I only knew, like I would have planned so many or so much my trips during that period. It just
Mm.
took away so much.